Okay, so I focused on the Anglo-Saxon and Viking era for my early British history project. Um, so for the first thing that I thought was pretty interesting, I found on bbc.co.uk, which is this website. Um, the Anglo-Saxon refers to settlers from the German regions of England and Saxony, and they brought their own religious beliefs, but St. Augustine converted most of the country to Christianity in 597. Um, in the 9th century, Britain was split into four kingdoms, which is, they were Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, and Wessex, but Wessex was the only kingdom that survived the Viking attacks in 954. The Anglo-Saxon era lasted for 600 years, from about 410 AD to 1066, and it ended due to Edward the Confessor's death because he had no heir. Um, on this website, I found pretty interesting photos of like artifacts from the Anglo-Saxon era and like reenactments of what people would look like and what their homes would look like. Here's a picture of a drawing that what would probably look like a settlement from the from 900. I went on YouTube also, and I found this pretty interesting video called "The History of English Anglo-Saxon." It's pretty quirky.
Chapter 1, Anglo-Saxon.
There's a lot of different like drawings that they did and talked about languages that like how their language transferred into like the English language somewhat. Like in like the Romans didn't really leave a lot of their Latin language behind, but the Anglo-Saxons contributed to the English language, and the Vikings did as well. And they brought in about 2,000 words that are still used in the English language, such as die, thrust, drag.
With their action-man words like drag, ransack, thrust, and die, they may have raped and pillaged, but they were also...
There's also another video that I thought was pretty cool, but it was kind of hard to understand because the guy was talking so fast. But it gave a lot of information. It was Horrible Histories, the Anglo-Saxon Report. I also found interesting facts about Vikings that a lot of people don't know about. Like, they actually didn't wear horned helmets, and they were known for their excellent hygiene. Another fact that I thought was pretty interesting was that women had some basic rights, although they married at a very young age. They did inherit property, and they could request a divorce. Vikings were not really part of a unified group. They didn't even call themselves Vikings. They were, in their eyes, Scandinavians. Also, I really thought that the fact that Vikings skied was interesting because they developed skis about 6,000 years ago. So, yeah.